Hood postman, hood postman. Reporting live, reporting live. This the hood postman, come and check the program. You ain't from the streets, this is something you should know, man. Running from police, gotta grip the wheel with both hands. Speeding down the interstate, please do not approach him. 40s in the fridge, got the caddy in the driveway. Get all out of my face, I don't wanna violate. Looked up in the mirror and I told myself, why wait? We took this shit worldwide, you only in 5 states. Came from the 4 corners with my 4 quarters. Showed them the style, then they stole on us. Times got wild, then they told on us. Dog, it was hard, but we had to keep it rolling. You ain't gotta ask, you know where to find me. I be in the back streets where it get grimy. It's just me and Mel, Rennie looking bride D. I be going hard till I'm in the 5 C's. Know the vibes. I'ma do it till I die. I ain't never switched sides, I ain't never had to tell a lie. Let's ride. Know the vibes. I'ma do it till I die. I ain't never switched sides, I ain't never told them a lie. Let's ride. Hood postman. 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 Hood postman.
Oh, that's me, the hood postman. Hello, mate. Lovely day we having today. We're back at it. I am Professor Melly Mail, the hood postman. We got a special guest in the house. One from back when. She got the resume. She got the resume. But first of all, let me give a shout out to the Mailroom Nation and the Mailroom Goons. Be sure to click the notification bell, like, subscribe, and share. Drop a comment down below, because when this dope content hit, it's going to feel like the first and 15. So, hello, Chita. How are you? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Your volume's down.
Okay, hold on a minute. Let me turn it up.
Cut your volume up.
You gotta connect to the camera. Okay.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Good, 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 good. How are you today?
I'm doing fine, a little nervous, that's all.
Don't be nervous. It's all good. You here with the hood postman. I'm about delivery and deliverance.
All right, all right. Oh,
So how you feel today?
I feel good, much better.
That's good. I want you just to relax, and I want you to just think about, the golden times from the 70s and everything that happened during that time. And I just want you to just let it flow, because obviously you were there. You saw everything. You knew all the players. So it's going to be amazing.
Okay.
Do you got another device going?
No, it's
There's
not.
2 devices, because I hear you. You got to cut one of those devices off.
Maybe it's the heater.
No, no, it's another phone or computer.
Oh, Shadani, you on your computer?
Okay,
I'm better right here. I might
let's.
have to go in my room. Okay, I'm gonna have to come on in my room then. Is
Okay,
it better now?
that's good. Yeah,
Okay.
you a lot better.
Let me clean off my bed right quick. The signal is messed up. What? The
Shout out to
signal.
the Mailroom Nation. Shout out to the Mailroom. Shout out to Marlena Williams, the Postmaster General, for always being available, for always being on deck. We salute her. Such a great moderator. She does her thing. So let's give the wisdom, you guys, while she gets prepared. Always trust everyone to be themselves. But trust, in fact, you see them well. Trust a snake to be a snake. Trust a thief to be a thief. Trust a robber to be a robber. but know them when you see them. You got two devices going somewhere. I don't know. Let me see. Go back out and come back in. Go out and come back in.
Okay. Let me go back up in the front and see. This house is
Yeah,
weird.
you need to be close to the router or something.
He said I need to be close to the router. Maybe in here. Shadana, get your dog.
Right there is good. You sound good. Wait a minute. Maybe it's me. Hold on. How about that?
Okay, I'm good.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you real good.
Okay, good. I just had to kind of toil through it.
Okay,
Wait a minute.
okay, I'll sit over here.
Hold on just a second.
Okay. Let me get my water.
Okay. Say something, Peter.
Okay, we good?
Yeah, we good now.
Okay.
Okay, so let's get to it. Introduce yourself.
My name is Donna Graham. I'm one of the first triplets from the east side of Los Angeles, California, which we considered it as Watts at the time.
You consider that. And so give us a general location.
102nd in town. That's between Avalon and San Pedro, right there on the
Oh,
corner.
okay. And if you can recall, what was that time like? Because a lot of people don't understand that the 70s was quite different.
It wasn't really no gang banging at that time. It was guys in the neighborhood that was about their money. Mac Thomas was over there, so he
Mac
had
Thomas.
this. Yeah, Mac.
So give me some names that were there so we can put this in perspective.
Okay, you had Mac Thomas, you had Skipper, you had Moto, you had Mad Dog, you had Godfather, you had UT, you had Gerald Cabot, you had Frog, you had Johnny Ray, you had the whole squad over there.
Okay. That sounds yeah, because you know what? I went on 108th, right? And I found a bit of history over there, like from I don't know, it could have been 70, 71, 72, 69.
I think they
And
probably was there in 69, 69 and 70. They definitely was on 108th and Avalon.
can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, so in that history I saw Ricky Silas' name, I saw Lou Roosevelt, I saw
Yes,
Mac Thomas, I saw Moto, I saw Mad Dog.
right.
So during that time, what you is that an organization where you got girls and gangs? Time for a change? Is that an organization you belong to, or they're just something you can't?
That's my nonprofit organization I have.
You're nonprofit, okay.
Yes.
And how long have you been involved in that?
Oh, 20 years.
20 years. Awesome. Yeah, I
Yes.
thought that was catchy because I actually used it in your title. I thought it was really catchy. But what I want to understand is that okay, I get a lot of when I delve into the history, right? And I find a lot about there's Moto and Mad Dog name comes up, and so is Mac Thomas. Their name come up quite a bit. What
Yeah.
was your relationship to of those three guys?
Well, Mac Thomas and Crazy Crip used to run together when he first got out of YTS. And
And
Mac
what year was
Thomas,
that?
they had to be in the 70s. Because he was in
Okay.
Crazy Crip was in and out, and then he was doing time with Raymond. And the
Uh
time
huh.
that him and Raymond got out, that last time, that's when he brought Raymond and introduced me to Raymond. And that's what they had put the plan together for me to run the East Side Girls
If you can recall, do you remember what year it was?
in the 70s,
So we'll say early 70s.
early 70s,
Okay.
late 70s.
And you say to run the East Side Girls. Who did the East Side Girls consist of?
Myself and other women that lived in my neighborhood.
Okay, was Jackie Todd? Well, they was from the West Side though. Huh? Jackie Todd
Yeah,
and Pam Todd.
Pamela Todd, Jackie Todd. They ran with Tookie, Baby Mom, and Bonnie. They all
Okay,
ran
Bonnie
together.
Williams.
Yeah.
So what did Crip Connie? Did she fit into that equation?
Crip Connie was way younger than us, and she was dating Crazy Crip at the time when I met her.
Okay.
So, yeah, she was way younger than us.
So you would be born about 53?
53,
Okay. That's the same year Mac Thomas and I believe Raymond was born, right? If I'm not mistaken.
I believe so.
Okay.
I have to
So what
look and see.
yeah. What was Mad Dog like? Because I get a lot of information about Mad Dog, but then I, it falls short because people be wanting to say things about Mad Dog, but they don't go ahead and just say it. You know what I mean? In regards to Mad Dog, they said Mad Dog ran that East Side, him and Mac Thomas.
Yes,
And
Mad Dog was a bully. He was a big bully, and he was heavy lifted, on the weights, and
uh-huh.
just took over the motherfucker. Excuse me, he took over the streets. Yes, he did.
When you say took over the street, what does that mean?
By that being Moto's brother, then the whole family was about their money because he had older brothers, and they were
Uh-huh.
and about their money. And
Uh-huh.
Moto, have to say, Moto was a jacker.
And Moto, what was Moto relationship to you?
I used to mess with Moto. That was my first boyfriend.
That was your first boyfriend. You know what? I heard a lot about Moto, and I never got a chance to meet
And
him.
he was a hot mess. He did not play. He did not play.
Can you give us a story about Moto?
Well, he ran the whole East Side in the drug department. He was just running things. People were scared of him. When
Uh-huh.
they was locking their gates and stuff. Here come Moto, y'all, lock the door. Because they was finna get taxed. I'm telling the truth. They were scared to death of Moto. Yes, he was a character.
Yeah. So, was you ever going to the Pike down there when everybody was going to the Pike down in Long Beach?
Yeah, yeah, the new pipe. Everybody went to the new pipe. It was the beach.
I'm talking
Everybody
about the
went to
old
it.
Pike, not the new Pike.
I'm talking about the old pike in Long Beach, the beach.
Okay, yeah. When everybody used to go down there and fight and meet up and fight.
Yeah, they didn't shoot each other. They would fight it out. And then they'd get over it and go on
Uh huh.
about their business. But nowadays, and how people took up on how the Crips were, they took it up on themselves and just start killing. Because we wasn't killing at first. We was taking care of our elders. Our elders was getting a check on the 1st and 15th. And we got tired of people coming in our neighborhood from different areas robbing our elders. You know what I mean? And that's what we
Uh
started at, taking out our neighbors' trash, making sure they wasn't messing with the old folks when they went up there to cash their checks on the 1st and 15th. And that's what we was about. It got all twisted and turned. into the killing.
So when you say all twisted and turned, what is if you can put an assessment on that, how would you say it got twisted and turned? What was the initiation, or was there, because I think, and you correct me if I'm wrong, I think a lot of it had to do with vagina. A lot of the wars and fighting and back and forth.
But and that's true. That's very, very true. I like the way you put that. Course, it had a lot to do with that because guess what? Soon as it wasn't enough men out there, real men. I mean, there was bodies, but it wasn't real men. So then, women got. Well, my family came up with prostitutes, hoes, whatever you want to call them. My grandmother was the biggest black bookie in Watts, if you know what a bookie is.
Yes.
Okay, well, she was one of the biggest black bookies in Watts. So I came up in an era of gangbanging because my older cousin was running the baby businessman. So I hung around with my older cousins, and I didn't have a sister, it was just me and my spoiled brothers. So we was just brats. And we had two parents, and all my friends, either they had their dad, their mom, or their father was abusive to the mom. So I didn't go through none of that, me and my brother.
So what position did you play in the game then?
What you mean?
I mean, what part of that did that fit your character to where you felt comfortable at being playing that position?
Well, I was about my money. I just taught
Uh-huh.
all my. So I messed it with older men. I didn't really mess with no dudes in my hood because I was about my money. So you could take it from there.
Well, how did Moto must have just swooped in and swept you off your feet, huh?
Moto didn't have nothing to do with that part. I got older. I was older and watching my older cousin and them, and they was having money, and I just fell in that state. But I
There
wouldn't have
was a
never have
part
done
where
shit. I always my
there was
grandmother was a hustler, so she had
okay.
restaurants on 87th in Maine. Then she had two restaurants in the 40s on Avalon. So we grew up in the game, my family.
How important was the East Side to Black people in the 70s? Shout out to
More
Michael Smith.
more friendly. Uh, they weren't against each other. They were more like looking out for each other until um, they put guns on the tracks on 103rd. And ever since they
Talk
did
to me
that,
about that. You talking about in the train?
yeah,
So you think that was purposely done?
yes, I do. I really do. Because where are we going to get all them guns? And them guns sit on the track until they all were gone. No police in sight. So what was that? Was that for us to get the guns and start killing up each other? Because that's exactly what happened. That right there, that theory. So
Mm-hmm.
yes, I think it was put there.
Mm-hmm.
We never heard no complaints, none of that. And I lived over there.
Did you also know Ricky Silas?
Yes, I knew Ricky Silence. Tall, dark skinned Ricky Silence. Yes, I know Ricky Silence very well.
You started laughing when I said his name. Why you laugh?
Because he was so crazy. He kept you laughing. He was so funny. But he was, he didn't play. But yes, I
Yeah,
knew.
I heard a lot about him.
He did
Ricky.
not play. He
When
was,
it came to Ricky and Mac Thomas and Moto and Mad Dog, I even saw Marcellus' name over there. I don't know you know Marcellus Robinson. His name was in that sidewalk too.
oh,
There was a lot of people. There was a lot
what
of
did they
people
call,
from.
what did
Huh?
they call Marcella?
They just called him Marcellus.
I can't
But it
remember.
was a lot of people. I noticed when I looked in the side where there was a lot of people, the east side, but there was people from Compton. Both Compton and the east side and Watts. All their names was in that sidewalk.
Right. Because they all hung out down there.
Uh-huh.
A back street. We always getting along. But wasn't no different sets. It was just east side, west side. Then during the Watts riot, we came up with the name Q 102 because they had took I forgot the man. He was the radio man.
Montague.
Montague, and Montague was talking about burn, baby, burn, and
Yeah,
they
I remember that. I was a kid, but I remember that's all he would just say. Burn,
and
baby,
we
burn.
messed
They
up
took
our
him off the
own
radio
stuff.
for
You
that.
know, we really messed up our own neighborhoods doing that. We didn't know no better then. We know better now.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. So when you look at it, looking back in retrospect, right, and you think about there was time where de-escalation was applied, and when I say de-escalation, where maybe a Raymond or a Tookie or Mad Dog, they didn't necessarily see it in terms like these kids right here. They don't have. I remember when guys used to meet up like Black Johnny. He led a coalition of groups up to looters, and they all met up and they talked it out. You know what I mean? They
Right,
just didn't get into it. You
right.
know which doesn't happen today. Did you ever see some of those talks happening?
Yes, I did a lot in the beginning. The Brims, we used to go to their park, and they end up fighting. The next week, they end up getting along. All different hoods, the Nickersons, every hood, and
What was going to what was going to the Brims? What was that like going to their parties and being that they Brims? I mean,
go to their
everybody knew who they were because of the hats.
We didn't go to their parties. We went to the park. We did not go
Oh,
to involve in their parties. At that time, did nobody go to different hoods shooting up parties and stuff. They partied all
uh-huh.
night.
Yeah, I
And
remember. Did you ever know Donald Ray
yeah,
from
I know
Brims?
right.
Okay. Yeah, I hear he was a big time negotiator. You know what I mean? They always diffuse things. You know what I mean before it got too far. You
Right.
know, and then like you say, I think the drugs came into play, and by that time everything was blown out of proportion.
Way out of
I
proportion.
remember there was a time where Compton was just you would never catch Compton like beefing with each other like that. You know what I mean? And now it's a different story today. But I don't think Mac Thomas, Raymond, or Tookie, or none of those guys, or Big David Clark, or Mad Dog, Moto, none of those, Ricky
No,
Silas, and none of those guys intended for it to be the way it is today.
I don't.
I just don't believe that.
Because all them, they used to get into it with each other, but they never fought. They always ended up talking it out and figured out the situation. They didn't never, they used to hate on each other, and they would talk about it though, and wasn't no killing each other. Now your best friend sitting at your table smoking you. You feel me? All up in your house killing you, and you
Uh
think
huh.
that's not cool at all.
So how many wars have started over vagina?
Every all day it's still going on.
Most
And
of the wars have started over vagina.
I supposed to be a place for the homeless, but every day they get the girls is getting up fighting over the workers and who gonna smoke the most dope. I mean, it's outrageous. I'm like, wow, mother.
what what was the cost of being a G back then?
Oh,
I'm talking about because the G was the person that had the solution. He was solution focused, or he was problem solving, because if he had to protect his community, he had to be more than just he had to be able to have the wisdom to protect, and also in terms to see things, how it should be versus how sometimes, because everybody's neighborhood had a hothead.
right.
And a lot of times there had to be somebody there to contain the hotheads.
But when we started gangbanging, we had rules and regulations about ourselves, and we respected each other. Now, and there was a lot of loyalty. There's no loyalty, there's no structure. We had structure. There's none of that. So they just on drugs, just killing up anybody they want to now.
Uh-huh. So what was you and Pam, Todd, Jackie, Bonnie Williams? How was y'all relationship? You know, being that you guys did you guys get into it or
We were
anything?
close. Me and Pam had words one time, but it was just smoothing out. Me and Bonnie, we still talk today, and Jackie's deceased.
Okay, I like you to also put me in touch with Barney. I want to have a couple because I actually was around Tookie when he was in Compton at the Red House, so I'm well aware of him and you know and how he was and what his personality was. So I just want to ask Bonnie a couple of things, you know, in regards to what was her relationship to Tookie. You know, what was Tookie to you though?
Um,
How did he come across?
Tookie was my son's godfather, my first child, and he to me, I don't care what nobody say. Up under all that man was a big old teddy bear, and I'm telling you the truth. And I talked to him to up to the time they executed him. We was on the computer, and he hadn't changed. He was just, when he did that protocol, I think people should go back to that protocol. I have the protocol and really read it because our kids are lost. They, oh, my daddy was Big Joe, so here go Little Joe. But Little Joe ain't got no sense. He on dope and killing up all the innocent people. So we need to just really go back to structure if that's what they doing now. I gang bang for Jesus Christ now.
Do you also you know Nose?
Yes, I know knows very well.
Yeah, Nose. Every time I see Nose, he praying for me. Yeah,
Yeah,
Nose. I talked with Nose a while back, and yeah, Nose spoke real highly. He was like really really hyped on the fact that Mad Dog ran the East Side. You know, he was really hyped on that.
right.
And when I did the calculations as far as Mad Dog's age, Mad Dog was older than everybody.
Well, he was wait. Mad Dog had been in prison, and when he got out, they was gang banging, and he just got right on in with the crew, with the youngsters.
Okay. Yeah, because there was a story Big Jack told about he saw Mad Dog walking down the alley. And he like, wait a minute, who is this dude? You know?
He
And
would
he
know you. He
go
would
ahead.
fight. Didn't even care. Broad daylight, just knock you out and keep on walking. That's just how he was. He was a hot mess. And
Who was the most impactful during that time to you that you can looking back, like you really like admired him as a person?
Moto and Isaac.
That's
Moto
the name I saw on the sidewalk. Isaac. Isaac just passed, right? About a year ago.
were best friends to the end. If you seen Moto, you seen Isaac. Yeah,
Yeah, Isaac name was definitely etched in that concrete as well.
him and Isaac.
Yeah. What was Isaac like?
Isaac, he was a killer, but he was like nonchalant. You would never picture him of doing anything wrong. He was just polite all the time. You would He would act like a square, but oh my God, he was something else when he got mad. He did
Do
not
you believe? Do you believe that Tookie actually did any of that? What's your take on that?
think Tookie did that. I'ma always say that he didn't do that. I seen Tookie that night, and he wasn't in no rage or going to talk about on a mission. And we talked about a lot of things. I know he was innocent. They were scared of Tookie, his friends. And
Blackie, and Monkey Man then?
to me, it looked like they was getting rid of him because they were scared of him. So I don't know, but I definitely, from the bottom of my heart, and I'm very so, I know he didn't do that. The
Good.
AR was high on Sherm, and if he was high on Sherm, he's stuck on stupid.
Yeah, it was hard for me to get my head around there because I know Tookie, you know what I mean, and I never saw him You know, I actually seen Tookie. Matter of fact, one of them feuds started over vagina between Tookie and Jimmy Butler from Ludus Park over vagina. It was Jimmy's sister Beverly Butler. They was feuding hard behind that.
Yeah,
Jimmy did not want Tookie talking to his sister.
at the Gong Show, and he came to the hood in the Gong Show. He was like, y'all see me on TV? We always laugh. Like, if you don't take your ass and get out that bullshit, like,
Yeah, I
the
saw
Gong
that.
Show.
I saw that. You guys can Google that. Google Tookie and the Gong Show, man. He looked ridiculous.
That is stupid doing the Hulu day. I'm telling you, he was so funny and nice. You know what I mean? Really, as a person, it was just the
Uh-huh.
and then the mentality he had to have after he had so much power. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
But yeah, today I don't think Tookie did that. He wasn't a snitch. He died with it in him. You feel me?
Right. Right. Yeah, because I know there was another story, you know what I mean? It ain't my place to verbalize it on the internet. But yeah, there was definitely a couple of stories that didn't line up with what they had. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, I like to ask you solution focus, right? It's where if you went to sleep and a miracle happened, right? What would your life be and what changed?
If I go to sleep and a miracle happen, I know that God is really in my life. I know He's taking care of me. So I have been having miracles because of Jesus Christ. And that's the only way you're going to get it. Either you
Hmm.
go or you going with God. And I chose the God way because Satan way wasn't getting me nowhere. You know, I would have things, live large. It wouldn't never last. You know, I would never fall down to rock bottom or nothing like that. But I never accomplished what I was trying to do as fast as I'm doing now. So, God, I'm just saying, believe in Him and things would change
So at one time, you would it be fair to say you was walking with God but holding hands with the devil?
pretty much. That's what
Hmm.
I was doing. Yeah.
And at what point did you realize that life wasn't working for you?
When I got stabbed in '94,
Were
um,
you cripping then?
no, I wasn't cripping. I was still affiliated, but Crazy Crip had got killed, and I was taking up a collection at the liquor store. And this young lady that lived over there did. I lived in West Covina, and I used to come back to the hood, make my money, and go home. And she didn't like that, so she had been wanting to fight me for a long time, but it never happened. So I think after Crazy Crip got my nerves was bad, and I seen her, and I just asked her what did she want to do. She didn't want to do nothing, but I heard her tell her friend, "Oh, we gonna snatch her jewelry. We gonna rob her," because I was taking up a collection for his funeral. And after that, I'm doing that. Um, and it, God saved my life because I got hit in my lungs and in my arm.
How
So
many times you been shot?
I ain't been shot.
Just stabbed. I just checked it.
why would I?
So
Why would I be getting shot?
I don't know. You was cripping kind of hard.
Yeah, well, I had to defend myself. We didn't bother nobody unless you come bothering us. And you
Right,
come
right,
to
right.
us, it's on and popping. They knew that.
Was there any other female lowriders that hung out? Because you said you was part of the lowrider crew, right?
Yeah, I was part of the 58 Chevy Club. My brother was a part of the lowrider crew.
Who was your brother?
His name was Jabby.
Okay.
And he was 9 years older than me, so we was both spoiled brats. So
Uh-huh.
yeah, and my father opened up WLCC. He had went to prison, and he had
Who
a
was
friend.
first out of lowriders? You or PP?
I low rided a lot with PP and Saeed and
Uh-huh.
Fast Black. Yes.
And PP is original Q102, right?
PP from 11-8.
11-8. What about Johnny Ray?
Johnny Ray Q102 original.
Okay.
Frog original.
Yeah,
Crazy
Q102
Crip.
Frog from Q102.
Yeah, those are originals.
Yeah, I mean, Rodney Scott, Tookie. Yeah, nah, that ain't what the only time Tookie was squabble with female.
Tookie had females. Looked like Tookie had baby mamas in almost all the hoods.
What
Because
can you tell us? Go ahead. I'm
he
sorry, I
had
didn't mean to cut
kids
you off.
from the Dickersons. I know he had some kids in Compton. Bonnie's son. Bonnie's son is dead on him. He looked like his twin.
Uh huh.
He looked dead on his dad, and he's a minister. Yeah.
Wow.
But if you seen him, you would swear you was looking at Tookie. That's how much he looked like him.
Got it. Was there ever a time where you was around Raymond?
Yep, Raymond is the one who put me into gang banging on the east side.
Okay.
Him and Crazy Crip, they was in YTS together. And when they got out, he brought Raymond over there to meet me, and he wanted me to be at this meeting. I really didn't want to go to the meeting because I was low riding with the low riders. So I end up going to Lock for the meeting. Crazy Krypton bugged me to death to go. We lived across the street from each other. So I go to the meeting, and he appointed me and this other girl named Sheila to run the east side. And as Sheila got older, she didn't want to be involved. No, one of her kids even know she was out there doing nothing like that. But yeah, Raymond did that.
Okay. So when you say it was a meeting, who was all at the meeting? Was it the East Side, Compton, West Side, or just East Side?
It was just the east side. We was at
Okay.
Locke High School on the field. We was at Locke High School on the field. He had us come up, meet up there on Saturday. Everybody met up there, and he just gave everybody, their jobs to do. At that time, we had a Mexican named Tommy lived on Century and Town, and he was
Uh huh.
involved. He got killed at a young age. Him and Skipper, but he had a crew.
Tell us a story about Crip Crazy.
Oh my God. He Crazy Crip was like my little brother. Um, so I went to visit him at YTS, me and his mom. We get to YTS, we visit, we stay there for the whole day, and we leave. About time we get back home, Crazy Crip is sitting in the alley on the fence, talking about he beat us home. He done broke out of YTS. Boy,
Y'all went to
and
go visit him, but he
And
beat
he beat
y'all hard.
he beat us back, sitting on the fence in the alley, talking about, "Oh, I beat y'all back." And his mom was country because they was from Texas, and she'd be like, "Kevin, I'm gonna whoop your motherfucking ass. You gonna go back to that goddamn jail?" And she was so cute. Oh my God, that boy gave her hell. He was, oh my God, he went to the school on San Pedro, all for boys. He was always in trouble, always.
Uh-huh. Crip Crazy.
Yeah, Crazy Crip, that left knockout. He was a knockout artist. They didn't want it. They did
They
not
didn't
want
want
it.
it.
He was bow legged, and if that nigga fell back on that leg, you out. He had them big old hands. Oh my God. He was a country boy.
What year did he pass, or did he get murdered?
I forgot what year he got murdered. I was looking at his obituary the other day. But I had did a show, and I thought, but what I had got that he had a fight at a party, and on his way home, they came out of the alley and killed him. But then I heard it was more than one person shooting him. I heard it was three people shooting him. And then I heard he lifted up and said, "You ain't got to shoot me no more because I'm already dead." And that's something Crazy Crip would do. He
Wow.
would. He was crazy, but he was silly too.
Uh-huh.
But he
Did you
knew.
know Buddha as well?
I knew Buddha. Buddha used to go with Jackie Todd.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. Yep, I knew Buddha.
Wow. What about Bogart?
I knew Bogart.
Yeah, yeah, you was
I
around
knew
all of them.
everybody
Yeah, I
because they
see
are.
that.
Fast Black is the first person who got us in gang intervention with Rosie Greer. That was
Oh yeah,
way.
I remember when Rosie Greer was the one. Him and Tom Bradley started the round table.
Yeah, and Fast Black started getting all us from the east side, and we started going.
Yeah,
We
because I remember they used to have some meetings at the Red House over there on Pine in Compton.
Right, and they used to have ours upstairs at Safeway. When Safeway used to be on 102nd and Avalon,
Uh huh.
it was a police station up there, and we used to have our meetings up there. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Big Jim's. You need no teeth to eat my beef.
Yeah.
That was right there. Well, that came a little bit later, but yeah, that was right there as well.
Hennessy. Stop.
You don't name the dog Hennessy?
No, this is my daughter's dog. His name is Hennessy. That's him right there. He bad. He is bad. But yeah, they needed to know the story. That's how it really went. And then Raymond came and Tookie came. And then they both had their own little side.
Uh-huh.
But you know, they really was good people. They had to play, both of them had to play a role. Uh, Tookie was my son's godfather. He actually saved my son's life because
Uh-huh.
I would take, well, I lived on the outskirts. So I would go back to the hood and get all the hood people and take them to our house because we had a swimming pool, big old house. And I go give my friends while my mom and them on a boat trip and take them to the house until they start robbing me. And I had to quit that. But yeah,
Shout out ball game. Yeah, I'm still fighting this little cold, but
yeah, you
in
sound much
regard,
better. The mute the
yeah,
much
yeah.
and knock it
I
out.
know I was sounding terrible the other day. So
Yes.
where do you put Mac Thomas in the framework of the as far as the leadership or the top or where did he fit in there?
He was a leader. Now that
when you s-
was the first leader of the Crips because that's who represented over there, Mac Thomas,
okay,
and he had a crew.
yeah, I hear him and Ricky Silas and all them was pretty tight.
Yeah, they was.
Because Mac is the one that bought the Crip in the Compton when he moved on Raymond and moved in the Richland Farms.
And that's when Mac Thomas moved to Compton, he brought Connie over to where in our hood to meet Crazy Crip, and that's when him and Black Connie was going together.
I hear a lot of stuff about Connie. They say Connie can fight.
Yeah, she could. She didn't have a problem whooping on nobody. She
You
didn't.
you got any stories about Connie?
I done seen Connie fight a lot of people. Her and Jackie almost got into it about Crazy Crip. But yeah, I done seen all of them fight.
Uh huh.
Pam, Jackie. Jackie got real sick and she moved to Atlanta. And that's where she passed at. But we
Oh, I'm
always
sorry to hear that.
me and
Rest in
Pam
peace,
used to go to
Jackie.
church together. We was on the usher board together, me and Pam.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. And we had got into it once about my baby daddy. And we ended up being best of friends. But
Did you ever sit around and watch Tookie lift weights?
yep, in my front yard, in my aunt's yard, because I have family that came out off 108th and Dinker.
Uh
So
huh.
they and Tookie and them used to lift weights in my cousin D'Artagnan yard. So I was always around it.
What about Big Jack? Did you see Big Jack as well?
Oh, Big Jack, yeah. Big Jack and Took was like sun up, sun down. When you see one,
Really?
you seen the other. Yes. Even in the
You
Lover,
know,
when he got his first low rider, Jackie.
uh-huh.
When he first got his first low rider. You did if you didn't see Tookie, you didn't see Jack. And he definitely was coming in through the hood.
When you first heard that Jamel that said what he said, what went through your mind?
How dirty they friends could be. But the closest person that kill you is your best friend. All the time.
I mean, I listen, Sheeta, I would see Jamel with Tookie all the time. So I
And
was
that
really blown back when he said what he said, you know.
mm, everybody was.
But they say that, jealousy of hiding compliments, you know, envy
Yeah,
of hiding support, and love can hide in hate. Just because they
right.
giving it to you, I mean they have it for you, you know.
That is so true.
You know.
That's so true.
And that's why we always gotta trust everyone to be themselves.
Right.
But trust the fact that you see them well. Trust a snake to be a snake, a dog to be a dog, a rat to be a rat, you know. But you got to know them when you see them. You can't, overlook. And that's coming from DMX. I love that quote that he said. Rest in peace to
You know,
DMX.
sometimes it take a minute for you to see through these people because you know they carry a heavy play with them.
Uh-huh.
So you just have to be careful who you associate yourself with.
So
That's
girls and gangs, time for a change.
yes, it's time for a real change, girls and gangs.
I think girls are gang banging more than the guys now.
Always have, because they always kept the mess going. How did most of the guys getting set up by the girl? She getting jealous because he talking to another girl, set them up. They do it all day long. They do it all day long. Be in love with these young men. The men ain't caring nothing about them, and they killing the other girlfriend. I have a friend named Portia that was in my organization. She got killed this year, a couple of months ago, and
Uh-huh.
the girl that killed her, um, played the victim, but they had been fighting for 3 years over this
Uh-huh.
guy. They was fighting over this one guy. So the guy ended up going with the other girl. Portia had kids by the guy. So they arguing and feuding for 3 years. They arguing, talking about what they're gonna do to each other and all that. So finally they bumped heads. I don't know how they ended up bumping heads, but they was right there on 102nd and 103rd and Avalon.
Uh-huh.
They end up fighting. Both of them end up getting stabbed, and Portia died. She got in her car to try to drive off, and she died in the car. The other
Wow.
girl drove herself to the hospital. But you playing the victim. But y'all been feuding over this man for 3 years. So how are you? She got on somebody's show and was trying to tell the story. You just made it to the hospital. Y'all been or they been arguing for 3 years over this man, and she didn't know everybody know that. Everybody know that on the West Side. But I even got on Facebook and told her I want to talk to her. You know,
Uh-huh.
because you're really not the victim. Y'all been feuding all these years over this one dude. So now I'm gonna start giving Portia mom. She died with two young kids on her mother.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, I'm talking about they young too. They had 6 and 7, and she had
Yep.
a son 19. So we gonna donate every month to her mom.
Wow.
Yeah,
Sad.
it is bad. Yes, it is. And I have to say, even though I'm a woman, we have some foul women today. They want to be men. I ain't mad at them if they gay or whatever they choose to do. but in the Bible it said Adam and Eve, not Joe and James, and I'm gonna stick to that.
There it is there. There it is there.
I'm sticking with that.
There it is there.
And if they don't know Jesus, they better try to find him in a hurry.
Uh-huh.
All they got to do is pick up their Bible. We're in the last days, Revelation.
Yeah. Did you
And it's,
know Cutes as well?
did I know who?
Cutes.
Cute. I don't know.
Cutes was off the west side. I'm just asking.
I don't know. I knew a lot of people from the West Side, though, but I don't remember that name.
What was the Watts Festival like when the gangs first hit the Watts Festival?
Oh, wow. Watch Festival, we didn't go home all night long. The police was out walking the beat. They had food. They had music. We was in the park all night long partying. Nobody went to
Oh,
jail.
yeah.
Everybody got up and we spent the night in the park. Everybody, that Watch Festival was something else, boy.
Everybody would have ace deuces and brims and overalls, khakis
Yes.
and Pendletons on. I mean, everybody would be uniform. I mean, it'd be hundreds of Crips.
And I ain't gonna say it wouldn't be no fights. It would be fights.
Uh-huh.
Very rarely shooting, but it would be fights. But they would break the fights up, and whoever was fighting go on home or come on back and party. But yes, we did. We partied 24/7.
This is
I'm just moving around. I'm finna sit down.
that's okay. In regards to squabbles, right? Or I like to call them handguns.
Hmm.
And I'm referring to the guys. What are some of the best fights you've seen? I'm talking about just they going at it.
Ooh, we I done seen a whole bunch of them. I done seen Crazy Crib, Knockout People. I done seen Johnny Ray. I done seen Frog. I done seen my baby daddy, PP. I done seen fights. Fights that I didn't even think would
Who is your
exist.
baby daddy?
PP,
Okay,
Pistol Pete.
Pistol Pete.
That's what they called him back in the day.
Uh,
Yeah. But other than that, you got the truest story that could be told. Because wasn't nobody over there. They wasn't functioning with us. And I don't
uh-huh.
know why they be out here so many guys say, I did this, I did y'all ain't did nothing. Big Alden was running Fremont, fast black.
Yeah, I remember Big Alden Jones, Big Arm Alden Jones.
Big old arm Alden Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was the
Anybody, let me say this before we go into Cheetah. Anybody in the chat, you guys, if you got a question, I prefer you do a super chat and I ask that question immediately. But if you don't, then I'll just keep going on the lines of questions that I like. But if you want a question, go ahead, super chat, and we'll take care of that. Thank you. Okay, Cheetah. In regards to going downtown LA, there was a period of time when everybody was going downtown LA
and
and
we was
getting
on the
into it.
buses.
133 to 92. Well, for Compton, we was on the
The
33
ninety
and
the
92.
92 for sure goes straight down Broadway.
Uh huh.
Go up Avalon to Florence and then hit the Broadway bus.
Uh huh.
So yeah, we used to go in gangs. I'm talking about least I don't know how many people. We go down there to the movies. After we leave the movies, there be a couple of fights and shit. We go to Clifton's, all you can eat. Then we get on the
Yeah,
bus
I
and come
remember
on back
Clifton's
home.
on the corner.
Yes, loved it, Clifton's. Yes,
Back
Clifton's.
then, the movies was what, 50 cents, 75 cents, a dollar.
A dollar, at the most a dollar, probably 75. Adults was a dollar.
Uh huh.
Yep, that was the good old days.
Yeah. I think it was a quarter to ride the bus.
It was a quarter. And then
And
on
I
the
don't think the
holiday,
Crips was paying that, to be
no,
honest.
they one get on, everybody just rush on the bus. The bus man just be like, I can't even do nothing. Let me drop their butt off downtown because wasn't nobody getting on. They was letting people on if they could get on the bus. It'd be so many others. Yeah, them was the good old days. Them really was. You could be out all night with nobody bother you. If your mama wasn't home, the neighbor was watching you. You was gonna get your butt whooped when your mama got home if you didn't mind the neighbor. So now these kids be talking about killing the neighbor. Shut up, bitch. Stay out my business. So you can't say shit to the kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What were you doing when that incident happened at the Palladium?
I was at the Palladium. You
You
talking
was
about
there when that happened?
when the killing happened? Yeah, I was at the Palladium. Everybody was at the Palladium.
Thank you, 702. I saw that. Everybody. So, well, your take on it, I mean, from your perspective, you know Barefoot Pookie, right?
Yes, that's my brother, Barefoot Pookie. We done been out of state to 40 acres in the mule land. Yes, that's my dog, Barefoot.
What should have went different about that situation?
Well, it just got out of hand real quick. Um, the leather coats was out. Everybody wanted the leather coats. Some people
Yeah, the
had them.
two-tone waistlines with the belt.
Yeah, with the belt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you can
And
go downtown LA and get one. You get the Dust Boy hat, same color to match the leather coat. Oh, you was on hit. You was on fleek, as the kids would say.
right. Shadonna, come get your dog. Get your bad butt up out of here, Hennessy. Yeah, them was the good old days.
So, what do you recall about that incident that night?
Um, it was an uproar. It was just crazy. Everybody was screaming, hollering. It was just a big uproar. Quick, do you want me to get a case for smothering a dog? Bye.
You told me that your father was the real owner of WLCLC.
Yes, my father went to the pen for embezzlement. He embezzled his own construction company, and he had to go to the pen. So when he got out from doing his time, Ted Watkins and his kids was the lawnmower man. You know how the man used to come cut your grass.
Uh-huh.
He was our yard man, and so my father and him got together. My father was vice president. He couldn't be president because he was on parole, and him and Ted opened up WLCAC.
Yeah, and it's still going right to this day.
It's still going. I grew up in that program. I got out of Gompers, went, did my homework, had a tutor. In the summer, we went to Camp Roberts. They taught us life skills. We had to cook our own food. They had cooks. They trained us how to wash clothes on scrub boards. I mean, we was at the army base, so they had cadets. They got up early in the morning and marched like soldiers. I mean, it was a good program because it got us off the streets, and we used to clean the alleys, all of them down Central, all in the projects, and we cleaned the neighborhood.
Did you guys ever encounter Ray Boyce?
Who?
Ray Boyce
Great, I heard of that name.
from the Bounty Hunters.
I knew the bounty hunter. Matter of fact, I was the only female that was a Crip was allowed in the projects because that was my father's program. And I
Okay.
stayed on 115th with Jackie Boy, the Water Boys, all them. I knew every last one of them. But yeah, because I had to have tutoring classes with them. Because everybody
Uh-huh.
from the projects was going to WLC see their kids.
Uh-huh.
But yeah,
Yeah, because they had a lot of after-school programs up there, right?
yeah. Yeah, we had to clean the alleys, clean the parks. That's what we did. March up and down in the sun, heat, with shovels and shit, cleaning up alleys. At one time, I think like I passed out. The ambulance came and got me. I went home. It was too hot.
I got
It,
one
it,
for you though, Cheetah. I got one for you. You know, I
okay,
know you're gonna remember it. The
what?
Lobby Inn. You ever go to the Lobby Inn?
What you talking about? The hamburger stand?
Next to Bernard's.
Yeah,
It
Lafayette.
was
I
the
used to be in
Lobby
the
Inn was the club right there where
right. Yeah, where they fix the hamburgers.
yes.
Yes, them buying burgers on Avalon.
Yes.
Yes, I love them burgers.
Yeah, that was Bernard's right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it still there, you know?
You
I
know
ain't been
what?
by
I
there in a
think the
while.
hamburger stand is still there. I don't know if it's open though.
Yeah. Then back then people was going to Jeffy's and you know and all that
And
different stuff.
we was going to Stops
Yep,
on
stops.
Central.
Yep, stops.
That's where all the lowriders used to be at
And
Stops.
then there was Seven Seas Fish Market.
Seven Seas. Yep.
Right. And
We
then whatever happened to the flying trapeze? Remember the black people that was over there
wood flying trapeze. Where was that?
right behind Seven Seas across the street from the Nicholsons? There was some
Flying.
bunch of black acrobats.
Oh yeah, I remember them, and they used to be in that field
Yes.
where the hamburger stand was just a little bitty hot dog. Jordan's was a
Okay.
little hot dog stand in
Right.
right by the filling station.
Right.
Yeah, I remember all that.
Yeah, stops was the lick, but it was
Uh,
dangerous going to stops.
I know, it was very dangerous going to Stops, but everybody was at Stops when they left that skating ring,
Uh-huh.
Hollywood skating ring.
Did you go to the Rosecrans too?
Every now and then.
We used to get into it at the Rosecrans with the Denver Lanes.
Uh huh. That's probably why I wasn't going.
we hey,
Hey,
hey
hey,
Cheetah,
that
we
was
needed you. We needed you. Cheetah, where
look. The
was you
Park
at?
Boys. The Park Boys was the first hood that came through and shot up Q 102. They was the first ones.
The Athens Park?
Howard Bash and them. Yes, I'll never forget. We was standing in my grandmother's yard on 102nd and Town, and they came through an old broken down truck, and they came up out the back, out both side windows. They lit us up. I'm like, what?
Did you know Don Turner too?
I don't know if I knew Don Turner. Yeah,
Yeah, they was all from over there, Cook and Jarvis and stuff.
yeah. That was I had fun back in the day because we could walk the streets, we can go to the store, we could do it with nobody bothering us. We
Yeah,
had
you're
one
right.
problem. That was the bouncing ball man.
Oh, the
That-
Boston Ball murderer?
Yeah, remember the bouncing ball man that was up there by 99th Street School,
Yeah,
99th Elementary.
right.
Yeah, because I used to go there.
Everybody was scared of him.
Everybody was scared of him. He was snatching little kids and shit. We was in the house before dark then. And every time you hear the ice cream man come down the street, all the kids are running out. Yeah,
Wow.
bouncing ball man. So we've been
Yeah,
having serial killers in our life all the time.
yeah. That was
Hmm.
doing the Zodiac killer was up in San Francisco, but the bouncing ball murderer was right around there.
That's where he ended up, the bouncing ball.
Yeah, they call him the bouncing ball murderer.
Yeah, I was a victim of the one in Stockton that they just caught not too long ago, Wesley Brown. That was
Really, what happened?
20 years ago. He had pulled the gun on me and my friend and made us have sex with him. Then he had killed my boyfriend before that, and then he kidnapped my son. So when I seen him on TV, I like panicked, like, oh my God, this man, and I just couldn't believe it. I called up there because he said his last name was Brownlee, and his name is Brown.
Uh-huh.
And shit, I told him what he did to me and my friend. So I talked to the detectives. They called the other day. He said, I don't know if this is him or not, um, but he told me what my boyfriend named that had got killed.
Uh-huh.
And so I guess I've been under investigation this whole time. I don't know
What
how
year
this
was
stuff
this?
works. This 20 years ago. What year was that?
So what wound up happening?
He would, they caught him in progress trying to, on his way to kill some, on the prowl to kill somebody else, and that's
Wow.
how they caught that. That's how they caught him in Stockton. And I went, oh man, I went to left field. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, oh my God, is this really this man? I started kind of wigging out. I had to like, damn, this is really him. So,
So what they wind up doing to him?
well, he shot a lady in Stockton 10 times. Do you know that lady did not die?
Wow.
She did not die, and he was on his way. They caught him with a gun on him, and they said they was following him, that he was on his way to kill his next victim. That's how they caught him. And then when they
Yes.
caught him, they asked him who was he with. The first thing the man said, "I'm with my cousin. I'm with my cousin." I'm like, oh my God, he done told on his family already. I was shocked. So I'm waiting. Police said it might be his son. He said, but we're gonna check it out. So
So
I'm waiting to hear back from them.
you've been going through quite a bit.
Pretty much. That's why I had to give my soul to God. I made it to be 69, and I had to thank Jesus for all the stuff that I've been in. I had to ask for forgiveness, and I meant that.
Right.
So now
So
things been going my way. I'm getting ready to redo my girls and gang board and get me a group home.
okay. How many of them wars you responsible for, Cheetah?
How many what?
How many of them wars you responsible for?
I got awards.
No, no. Listen what I'm asking you. I said, how many of them wars you
Oh,
responsible for?
well, you know what? I really wasn't starting the wars or really getting involved because my baby daddy didn't let me go nowhere. You know what I mean? I had to sneak off with my homegirls when he went on his missions. So
Okay.
I was like stuck in the house. Everybody used to come to our house. We was like young, and all the kids that ran away, they was at our house. So we would go tell their parents, y'all ain't got to worry about the kids because we had an apartment over there.
Uh,
We had an apartment across the street from the main streets, Ice Mike and them.
okay.
And they lit us up one night. Following somebody to my house. I had just had my son, and they shot our house up. I got a chance to tell him since he was a minister. He started laughing. He said, "I know who you is," because I told him, "You know who I'm talking about when I'm on the History Channel. Come on, my house got shot up." But
Oh, you was on the History Channel?
yeah, '07.
Oh, 07.
Right now, I'm writing a book. Hopefully, my movie will come out like BMX.
Uh-huh.
That's what I'm praying on. I
What's
think it'll
what's
happen.
what's gonna be the name of the movie?
I survived it all.
Yeah, you definitely did that.
Pretty much. Yes, that's the name of my book too. I survived it all, and it had to be the
when
grace
when
of
can,
God.
when can we expect the book to come out?
Probably the end of this year because we're working on it now. I'm producing with writer on a project, and also my oldest son. He's a producer. So
Okay,
me and him working on the movie thing and my book.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. Sounds awesome. Definitely keep me informed on at what you're doing. I
Okay,
like
I
to
will.
definitely.
I'll definitely keep you informed.
Yeah, you definitely got a lot. You got a very interesting story, especially the man that kidnapped you, and then after going through all the gang banging and all that stuff, and then you get kidnapped by some serial killer.
Yeah.
That was
Hey, well, the gang banging got me prepared, I have to say. And then I started doing gang intervention. So we had to work with the police and the fire department. So I got taught a lot. Streetwise, I'm there. So I know how to survive.
ah
But yeah,
yeah, that's a lot.
Jesus had to have some gang members too. So I bang for Jesus Christ now.
Do you and Knowles go to the same church?
Me and Nose went to the same church, hung out in the same neighborhood. Me and his baby mama went to school together, all that.
Oh, you got a baby with Knowles too?
No, I ain't got no baby with no nose. No, I don't. I have one son and a daughter and a son by somebody else. Uh-uh.
Okay. Nah, no, I'm just talking, Chita. I'm just messing with you.
Nuh-uh. I ain't got but three. After that first gang member, I said my ass down.
I used to hang. Me and our car used to hang together.
Is that
Shotgun.
right?
Yeah, shotgun.
Yeah,
You knew shotgun?
I do shotgun. You got to remember, I had a brother 9 years older than me. So he
Right.
used to hang with Melvin and all them from 98.
Melvin
Pooh,
Hardy?
no, Melvin Davis. Off of
Okay.
98 from San Pedro. I mean, Avalon.
Okay.
With Cookie and all them.
Oh, Cookie?
Yeah. Yeah, I did an interview with Cookie. This thing to get ready. All my stuff is getting ready to come out.
That's awesome. Yeah, I definitely want to definitely revisit this stuff, especially when your movie and book and all that come out, because it's gonna be important. It's all publicity.
Right, right. And hoping I can help one young girl. Hope I'm definitely in prostitution. I definitely want to work in because it is some women that really don't want to be out there and just
Right.
dead because they don't know nothing else.
Right.
So I'm definitely working with that. I'm aiming
It's
at. I,
702 is your niece or granddaughter?
yeah.
I call her 702, but you know who I'm
Oh,
talking about.
Nene, Miss
Nay,
Harris.
nay.
She's a rapper. Yeah, she got her hairline, eyebrows, lashes line. She doing real good. Yeah, that's
Okay.
my granddaughter. My oldest.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, I appreciate the interview. I appreciate you coming on and sharing
Thank
your
you.
story with us. And hopefully we get to talk to you more. I want to definitely, because you got an interesting history, especially when it comes to the original East Side Crips.
Right.
You were definitely right there because all the names you named were some of the major players in that.
Right.
And I thank you.
You welcome. Thank you for
And let me see
having
if
me.
anybody got any comments, any more comments. Let's see. Said, see it, daughter. She say, see it, daughter, Chita.
Cheetah. Tell her I said, what's up? I give a shout out to all my sisters out there, especially the mothers of murdered children. Uh, Dee Dee. I also work with Project Cry No More. Miss Vicki Lindsay passed last year, so we still upholding her program.
What was her name?
Vicki Lindsay.
What was it? What was her? You said you called her Pat?
No, Project Cry No More. So
Okay,
girls and gangs took on Vicky's after she passed. We still represent her program.
got it. That's amazing.
Yes.
Well, we ain't gonna hold you. So, you got any websites or anywhere? Where can people locate you if they want to contact you, anything? Or
They could go on Donagram at mail.com and contact me. I'll be posting my new number after I have my first meeting with my women, because we would like to invite women to join us to help us. We don't ain't no color line here.
awesome. Well, you keep doing the work and keep getting better and keep being strong and keep fearing God.
Thank
And
you.
you definitely got a home over here at the Hood Postman. And don't be no stranger. Call me.
I will. I'm gonna call you. Thank you so
Okay.
much. All right.
And
God
thank
bless.
you. We appreciate you. God bless.
God bless.
Uh, Shout out to the Mailroom Nation. Man, I think that was like, wow. I'm surprised I didn't see more numbers on that. You know what I mean? Because some of the stuff she was saying, man, I don't even know men today went through some of the stuff she went through. You know what I mean? It was like, wow. She went through some stuff. 702. I wish I was a rapper. No. Yeah, she went. What do you guys think about that interview, though? I mean, dang, I don't even know. I'm blown away by it. Just the overall her total experience as far as where she came from to where she's at now. What's your guys' take on that? I tell you guys all the time, you never know who's going to be on here, but again, history is medicine for a sick mind because within history is a variety of human experiences that we can teach and learn from, and we definitely, she bought the heat. So she was with Raymond, she was with Ricky Siler, she was with Crazy Crib, she was in Moto, she was around David Clark, Big Mad Dog, she was around Mac Thomas. She was around I'm talking about Bogart. I'm talking about Big Jack. The, she named them all, basically. You know, she named them all. She didn't miss a beat on that. You know, and I know a lot of times, especially men can be sort of biased when it comes to women telling their story. I don't know why they have facts. I come late, but I'm going to go back from yeah. You a working man, definitely go back and listen to it. What's up, Ghost? The stuff that she was saying, even being kidnapped by a serial killer after surviving gangbanging, after surviving being stabbed, after surviving multiple fights, to being kidnapped by a serial killer. Now that's deep. That's deep. Any questions for me? Shout out to Mayweather, man. History is definitely medicine. Yeah, it is, But again, what's behind the appearance is always the reality. You never know what anybody has been through or what they have gone through and how they had made certain transitions and set themselves up, you know what I mean? Because she's come out a lot. That's a lot of trauma. That's a lot of trauma, you know. And she's very fortunate to be able to still be on top, breathing air, living and looking forward to the next day. I think that's important. Her spirit was good. She wasn't, because usually people that get kidnapped and tortured and raped by us, that their spirit get broken. Let's be honest about that. And look at her. She's vibing. Vibing sister right there. Sister born in 53, that makes her 69. I didn't detect no limitations or anything like that. Not that it even matter, because she don't live a full life. But what I'm saying is that everything overall that she's had to endure and go through is just amazing in itself. Shout out to the Ghost. What's up, Rodney Scott? Thank you, bro. I appreciate you. Anybody that donated, I appreciate everybody that definitely donated. I'm still, still struggling. Shout out to the ball game. I saw you up in that ball game. I'm still kind of fighting this cold and everything. My voice is okay, but I still got that cough. So shout out to Marlena Williams for being on top of this game, But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and shut down. I appreciate you guys. I forgot to hit her. I had to hit her. I should have. You know what I should have did? This is what I should. I meant to do this, but I got so caught up in the story.
Cold. She belongs to the streets. She belongs to the streets.
That's my new thing. When I said she belonged to the streets, the streets are undefeated. He go to bam. He didn't. Watch this. He didn't. Watch this.
I created a corner pocket in my mother's garage.
And then here go one. He the most famous one, right?
To hear something like that would happen on a Sunday afternoon.
Well, when you dealing with different hoods, what do you expect? Because it's the weekend. And I don't know. I can't speak for everybody else, but I'm from Santana Block Crip, so it's gonna do what it do.
That's classic right there. That is classic. So yeah, we're gonna start doing sound effects, y'all. We gotta do it. We gotta do sound bites of some of these people.
It's hard to imagine a more stupid or a more dangerous way of making decisions by putting decisions in the hands of those people who pay no price for being wrong. But maybe if I tell people the brain is an app, they'll start using it. Don't mind me, just watch it. But lock the door.
Don't mind me, just watch it. Yeah, I'm beginning to have a lot of fun with this stuff, y'all, as you can see. You know what I mean? I think the sound bites is going the sound bites is going to go over well, especially when I start perfecting these sound bites. They're going to be definitely important to some of the guests that we bring on. Some of the guests that we bring on is definitely going to be shout out to Sean. Yeah, it's definitely going to be important. Definitely. Mel, you got to teach that sister to have more respect for herself. Yeah, you know what? I think she does. She just, everybody is a work in progress. You know what I mean? And I think she's headed in the right direction, bro. I really do. I just think that sometimes environment, we're taught in certain ways and we talk in certain terms due to the environment. And we don't really, until we get into another environment, we kind of linger in the environment that we wish we came from. But I think she's evolving. You know what I mean? I think she's going to be okay. Don't forget to click that notification bell. Press the thumbs up. That is important. But as I say, we're here. We doing the work. And we're going to continue to do the work.
Perfect grind all the time, baby.
Yeah. Cali finest, baby. Perfect grind all the time. Music money. Got a dollar sign. Hub City. I'm
a street nigga, streets fuck with me. I'ma keep pushing products till the fans get me. It's guap off top, diamond Cartier. That nigga Wall won't give a broke bitch the time of day. They see me climbing, they see me shining. That's hard work, proof of grinding. New money got me tipping in that 550. I leave bad man and I'm so pretty. I got that tech with me, that's my hater sprayer. Go big, grind now, nigga, play later. What can I say? I'm addicted to this paper stacking, and I don't talk about it, I just make it happen. Word on the block is that my shit go, bricks for the low.
Shout out to the Mailroom Nation. Shout out to the Mailroom Goons. Thanks to everybody that joined us this evening. King Mike Marks, Aldridge, Rodney Scott, Marlena Williams, Postmaster General, Antonio Richardson. Shout out to you, man. Dominique Mayweather. What's up? What's up? Michelle, I saw you in there as well. The Ball Game, Sean, Austin Trap City, what's good? Everybody that joined us in, and shout out to those that super chatted and chatted with me, 702. Thanks for putting this together. We appreciate you. Until the next time, it's all good. Be safe, and most of all, be well. I am the Hood Postman, Marlena Williams. Go ahead and lock the door, because we gone.